What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. Sorry. And Abby is one win away from winning their first ever Calder Cup. I am beyond pumped that Abby is one win away. I'm feeling it. Man, do I wish I was not working Saturday. Man, do I wish I could figure out a way to get to Abbotsford, get a ticket, and be at this game. Man, I am kicking myself that I'm not going to be able to be at the game and experience it. But lo and behold, I'll be definitely keeping an eye on the game while I'm at work. And obviously I will I'm not going to actually say anything. But anyway, Abbotsford wins Game 4 by a score of 3-2. And they are now up 3-1 in the series, taking a commanding lead of the series. And man, they are just absolutely incredible during this playoff run, during the last, month of the season. Actually, I saw a tweet by, I think it was JPat. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Yeah, here we go. JPat. It basically says, regular season and playoffs, Abbotsford Canucks have 5 regulation losses in their last 40 games. Ended the year on a 16-1-1 run and are 15-7 in the playoffs. Overall, they are 31-5-4 in their last 40 outings. Wow. Absolutely incredible. But let's go ahead and dive into the recap. But before I do that, as always, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art, maker of that incredible artwork you see there behind me. And you can find Gassy Jack Art at GassyJackArt.com. He's obviously still has his end of season sale where you buy 4 prints and get 2 for free. You can also check him out on Instagram at Gassy Jack Art. But if you're interested in this artwork, feel free to check him out at GassyJackArt.com. Now let's get on with the recap. Obviously brought to us by our friends at Canucks Army. In particular, Cody Sievertson is the one who did this one. He did the previous one as well. And little interesting note from Cody. Each time that he has done the Farmies recap article, the Abbey Canucks are 5-0 when he's on Farmies duty. So think about that for a second. Keep it up, Cody. Some great stuff. And also, let me just go ahead and say also that a happy early birthday to one Cody Sievertson. It's his birthday on Saturday, the day of Game 5. So happy early birthday to Cody Sievertson. Keep up the great work, my friend. And let's go ahead and just dive right into this. Goes on to say, this run has been radically impressive to me in many ways. First, head coach Manny Malhotra has made several in-series adjustments to get his team over the top. During the Tucson Roadrunners series, his club survived the absences of Christian Wolanin, Lekaramaki, and Nate Smith due to injuries, despite missing key contributors, including players like John Stevens and Elias Pettersson. Key figures during the club's regular season, the club finished the opening round with a 21-save shutout from Archer Seelovs. During the Coachella Valley series, the team saw Seelovs put up his worst period of the entire season. Despite their starting goaltender conceding 3 goals on 8 shots, Malhotra boldly decided to swap in backup netminder Nikita Tolopilo, who backstopped the club to a wildly impressive 4-goal comeback, an eventual overtime loss. Following that overtime loss, the club conceded just 1 goal against a longtime Pacific Division rival. That series, too, concluded with a 29-save shutout for Artur Silovs. The Colorado series saw the club flip-flop wins and losses. Abbotsford struggled to find its footing amidst a litany of lineup juggling in the wake of injuries and personal player struggles. That series began with a 22-save shutout and ended with a 34-save shutout for Silovs, despite the club playing without second-liner Aatu Räty. The Texas series saw Abbotsford take on one of the best teams in the AHL, whom they had never played during the regular season. They finished the series against Texas, having outshot their opponent 204 to 181 across all situations and 170 to 131 at 5-on-5. Again, an impressive series where the roster was without key contributors due to injuries. Now against one of the top teams in the AHL regular season, another whom they had never played, the club splits the first 2 games on the road, despite being soundly outshot, and puts on a clinic on home ice in back-to-back outings, thanks in no small part to the reinsertion of Jonathan Lekkerimaki and the loading up of the team's first line with its 3 of its 4 highest scores in Archdeep Baines, Linus Karlsson, and Max Sasson. Charlotte's time in Abbotsford has looked like a real struggle. The Canucks made mincemeat out of starting netminder Kaapo Kähkönen's blocker side, and their success on Thursday night began with that same exploit. When the club extended their lead, the Checkers leaned heavier on their defensemen's aggressive pinches to manufacture offense, a scheme Malhotra exploited with his team's own possession-driven breakout scheme that created an endless barrage of odd-man rush offense for the home team. On Saturday, the Abbotsford Canucks have a chance to do what no other Vancouver Canucks AHL team could, and there were some loaded teams during the Manitoba Moose days, and win the Calder Cup Championship. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's recap how the Canucks extended their series lead to 3-1. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. You had your first line, as we mentioned, Baines, Sasson, and Karlsson. Then you had Di Giuseppe, the pizza man himself, Mueller, and Lekkerimaki, who was reinserted into the lineup, as we mentioned. Sammy Blais, Jujhar Khaira, and Nate Smith was your third line. Then you had Nielsen, Waters, and Klimovich as your fourth line. Your first D pairing was Guillaume Brisebois and Victor Mancini. Your second pairing was Wolanin and Wu. And then your third pairing was Hirose and Kudryavtsev. And of course, Artur Silovs in net. Little hydration. By the way, am I the only one who thinks this stuff is absolutely amazing? Good stuff. Calypso, good stuff. Cheap little plug there. Let's take a look at the first period. The Abbey Canucks came out buzzing early, finishing every check with conviction and moving the puck with purpose. In early shift, saw Jet Wu and Ty Mueller engage in a brutal D-zone board battle against the Checkers' tenacious forward duo of Oliver Okular and Justin Sordev, former Vancouver Giant. Exactly 1 minute into the period, Wu won the battle and played the puck around the net to his D partner, Christian Wolanin. Disengaging from the battle was Mueller, who Wolanin hit with a 100-foot tape-to-tape pass for the 2-on-1 rush entry. As it had done 5 times in a single period during Game 2, Mueller went cross-ice to Jonathan Lekkerimaki for a one-timer over Kaapo Kähkönen's glove side, giving Abbotsford an early lead. Abbotsford would score to make it 1-0, Lekkerimaki from Mueller and Wolanin. And for once, Abbey is the one who opens the scoring, as obviously Abbotsford had struggled with, not starting hot out of the gate. They definitely did so in this game. Before the halfway mark of the opening period, Lekkerimaki would tally 3 shots to his ledger. Malhotra wanted to punch up to his club's shot volume after games 1 and 2, and while held to a single shot in Game 3, he answered the call early and often for Abbotsford in a critical Game 4. A minute after Lekkerimäki's goal, Jujhar Kara drew the game's first power play, chasing down a dump-in. Kara hung his arm around Charlotte's Kyle Crisculo, taking a rather needless interference penalty in the process. The Checkers tested Silovs a handful of times on the man advantage, but he was stellar, saddling long shots from distance and chaos in the crease. Moments after the Canucks' unflappable PK continued its undefeated streak, Wu and Charlotte's Ocular went to the box for coincidental roughing minors. 1 minute into the 4-on-4, Linus Karlsson drew a 4-minute double minor against Michael Benning, giving Abbotsford a minute of 4-on-3 power play time and 3 minutes of 5-on-4 power play time. While it wasn't funny for Karlsson seeing him argue for the high sticking call with a bloody face and succeeding was, you don't see that too often. For the 4-on-3, Malhotra rolled out a power play group featuring Sammy Blais, Max Sasson, Lekkerimäki, and Wolanin. Unsurprisingly, this group generated a handful of looks early, including a powerful one-timer from Lekkerimäki that slammed off Kakinen's net. Though the Canucks' power play failed to convert on the extended man advantage, it was easily the best they've looked from a chance generation perspective. The Abbey Canucks moved the puck very well and looked unafraid to shoot. In previous games, the Canucks' power play looked hesitant to shoot, opting for the perfect set play instead of just shooting with conviction whenever a lane was open. The one time a Canuck took their time to settle the puck, it negated what would have been a surefire power play goal. With less than 50 seconds to go in the man advantage, Linus Karlsson zipped a cross-ice pass through 3 Checkers skaters to Sammy Blais for a one-timer. Unfortunately, Blais had set himself up for the wrist shot, not the one-timer. 30 seconds after Abbotsford's power play, Nate Smith went to the box for high sticking, giving Charlotte their second power play of the period. The Canucks' PK stood tall once more, with Silov stopping point shots, Sasson blocking shots and clearing the zone, and Abbotsford's PK staples, Chase Waters and Guillaume Brisebois, pushing players to the perimeter to negate the cycle. Upon the return to 5-on-5, Wolanin hit Wu with an incredible cross-eyed feed for a tap-in opportunity, only for the puck to deflect high and wide. Looking to one-up his pass from his rear end, second effort in Game 3, Arshdeep Bains did... Oh, never mind. Sorry, it shows... I'll leave a link to the article in this video, or I'll leave a link in the description down below, and you can see some videos that he's got as part of the article. Unfortunately, I cannot show them in the video. By my count, that was 3 successful touches and a stick lift leading to a shot on goal for Victor Mancini, despite being held, spun down to one knee, and having just one hand on a stick. Late in the period, Chase Waters caught Trevor Carrick with a high stick while forechecking behind the Checkers' goal line. With their premier PK centerman in the box, Malhotra started his team's third PK, with Max Sasson taking the draw alongside Bains and a deep pair of Mancini and Brisebois. The Canucks would finish the first period 3 for 3 on the PK. Most encouraging was Silovs' dispelling concerns that his ability to spot shots from distance at the AHL level had regressed. At 5-on-5, the Canucks held a clear edge in the control of play, while Charlotte finished the frame up 10-6 in shots on goal. The bulk came on the man advantage, where the Canucks were aces. Let's take a look at the second period now. The first period penalty shenanigans didn't allow for too many shifts for Kirill Kudryavtsev and Akito Hirose, who have been absolutely stellar for Abbotsford throughout the regular season and into the playoffs. Here's where was I? Crap. What's remarkable about his game, Kudryavtsev that is his tight gap and active stick. John Leonard is an AHL veteran of almost 250 games who scored 36 goals this past season in Charlotte. During this early second period sequence, Kudryavtsev sticks to him like glue while on the retreat and gets a tap on the puck at the perfect moment to force Leonard into peeling back and dumping the puck down the wall. Kudryavtsev picks up Leonard's dump in, then makes an uncharacteristic mistake of playing the puck short to Hirose, who is distracted by the incoming hit from behind, missing the pass and giving way to an extended drive for Charlotte. Kudryavtsev recovers quickly, charges through the middle, and ties Cal Crisculo stick up the entire way to deny the potential tip deflection attempt. Kudryavtsev resets toward the middle when Charlotte resets at the point. In just a handful of seconds, Kudryavtsev scans his surroundings, leaves the net front to Hirose, clocks Crisculo coming down the wall, clocks Wilmer Skoog's body positioning behind the net, and correctly instantly drops to block Skoog's backhand pass to Crisculo. Kudryavtsev's quick read and well-play stick deflects Skoog's pass back into the boards, where Nate Smith recovers and breaks the puck out for Abbotsford. Waters would make up for his high-sticking infraction by drawing a tripping penalty against former 4th overall pick of the Edmonton Oilers, Jesse Puljujarvi. Unlike their 4-minute double minor opportunity earlier in the game, this power play was much less dynamic and threatening, with a shot from Karlsson off the crossbar registering as Abbotsford's best chance of the man advantage. Unsurprisingly, Kudryavtsev would get a touch on Abbotsford's lone shot on goal of the power play, setting Danila Klimovich up for a wrist shot after picking off a clearing attempt at the blue line. Upon the return to 5-on-5, Smith, Kara, and Mancini executed a perfect passing sequence along the O-zone half wall. The Canucks' quick puck movement completely stifled the Checkers' coverage, allowing Di Giuseppe to drive toward Kakinen uncontested for a high-danger scoring chance. Shortly after heaping praise on Kudryavtsev for all the good things he does, his lone weakness stood out near the midway point of the second, when Charlotte's Jack Devine blitzed past him, circling the net to set up Trevor Carrick for a dangerous scoring chance. Archie Baines blew out a glass panel while forechecking, stalling the game for several minutes. Upon the reset, Kudryavtsev flubbed a clearance on the half wall, giving way to a sketchy scoring chance for Trevor Carrick from behind the goal line that deflected off a body up and over Silovs' back and into the blue paint. With Charlotte gaining momentum at 5-on-5, Baines picked up a high flip into the neutral zone and put the moves on Charlotte's Matt Kierstad before putting the Canucks up 2-0 with a goal through Kakinen's 5-hole. The score was now 2-0, as I just mentioned. Baines from Sasson and Karlsson. With vibes at an all-time high at the 5:10, Tristan Nielsen made his first big play of the game, driving through the much larger 6'3" Marek Alsher with a gigantic hit. With 6 minutes left in the frame, Kudryavtsev showed off his physical edge while defending a rush drive by Wilmer Skoog. After sticking to his man on the retreat, Kudryavtsev put up his stick effortlessly, getting his shoulder under Skoog and bodying him into the end wall. The entire squad looked energized by the 2-0 goal from Baines. Silovs flashed the glove on John Leonard. Mancini sprang Kara, Smith, and Waters on a 3-on-2 rush with an excellent no-look pass inside the neutral zone. Sammy Blais sprang Nate Smith and himself into the offensive zone for a dangerous 2-on-1 rush. The vibes were at an all-time high as the Canucks began finding their rhythm and ability to take advantage of the Checkers' defensive group's overly aggressive pinches into the neutral zone. The Checkers' best chance of the period came off a tough D-to-D pass from Jet Wu to Hirose that rebounded out to the right circle for Jesse Puljujarvi. Though the shot clock favored Charlotte, the Canucks went into the third with a commanding lead and momentum on their side. Let's take a look at the third period. Though their number of games played skews the stat, the Abbotsford Canucks went into games 4, third period, holding a ludicrous plus 17 goal differential, including Game 3's absurd 5-goal finale. The team had a goal-scoring edge of 25-8 in third periods these playoffs. Naturally, Jonathan Lekkerimaki scored 4 minutes into the period to extend that differential to plus 18. Abbotsford making it 3-0. Lekkerimaki, his second of the game from Mueller and Blais. Yes, Blais' saucer pass to Lekkerimaki is slick, but a lot of credit has to go to Ty Mueller for the 3-0 goal sequence. Mueller kickstarts the sequence by picking up the rebound that sails hard off Silovs' mask, quickly skating the puck out of dangerous territory before hitting Blais with the entry pass. 5 minutes into the frame, Nielsen drew another high-sticking penalty to give Abbotsford their fourth power play opportunity of the game. Wolanin combined with Carlson for 2 shots on Kakinen, which would be Abbotsford's best. With 17 seconds left on the man advantage, Matt Kiersted drew a tripping penalty against Nielsen, which gave way to a streak-ending power play goal for Charlotte. It was an extremely soft call, all things considered. Nielsen makes a play for the puck as Kiersted skates over Nielsen's stick. After a scrambling sequence, the Checkers re-entered the zone with speed, with Jack Devine going cross-ice to Kyle Crisculo for a one-timer goal to make it 3-1. Kyle Crisculo from Jack Devine and Eamon Powell. A few minutes later, Baines drew an offsetting roughing minor against John Leonard after some post-whistle shenanigans. A point shot from Matt Kiersted would be either team's only on-goal offense. With 3 minutes left in the game, Checkers head coach Jordy Kinnear pulled Kakinen to the bench for the extra attacker. Sealouts was excellent throughout, tracking pucks through a maze of traffic around his crease during Charlotte's lengthy and testy 6-on-5. However, despite Abbotsford's well-fought effort to try for empty net goals and tie the puck along the boards, the Checkers' pressure paid off with a late goal, having the Canucks' lead with less than 30 seconds remaining. The Checkers would score to make it 3-2, Jack Devine from Justin Sordiff and John Leonard. Fortunately, after setting up an offensive zone cycle, Linus Karlsson swept the loose puck down the ice, eating up the balance of seconds remaining, securing Abbotsford's victory. Canucks Army's 3 stars were Lekaramaki, Seelovs, and Wolanin. And of course, what's next? Well, the Abbotsford Canucks will have their first of 3 chances to win their first ever Calder Cup tomorrow, Saturday, June 21st at 6 p.m. Pacific. Note the change in start time is 6 p.m. Pacific, not 7 p.m. So keep note of that. Obviously, this was a big win for Abbotsford, taking a commanding 3-1 series lead. Obviously, they've, as we mentioned, they've been spectacular at home. They've completely turned it around compared to when they had their first 2 games in Charlotte. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Abbotsford being 1 win away from their first ever Calder Cup. Are you pumped like I am? Do you guys, well, it shouldn't even be a question on, do you guys think they can do it on Saturday? Of course they can do it on Saturday. But once again, let me know in the comment section down below how excited you guys are that, Game 5, the Calder Cup will be in the building in Abbotsford on Saturday. I'm pumped. Hopefully you're pumped. Everyone's pumped. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all Canucks content, whether that's the Abbotsford Canucks or the Vancouver Canucks, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook. Just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on X at Line Change Van. Find us on TikTok at the.line.change.po. And feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, once again, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It's, of course, greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for this video. Let's go, Abby. Get it done. Let's finish it at home. Let's get that cup. And, I'll say what everyone was saying inside the Abbotsford Center after the Abbotsford Canucks won. We want the cup. I'll see you guys in the next video.